Welcome in, D1 softball teams. We're live on the NJCAA Network, ready for this year's NJCAA Division I Softball World Series Selection Show. Congratulations to those 16 district champs. Waiting to find 4 at-large bids and see where they are placed. This championship run in May 19th to the 24th. And make sure to bring a fan if you're going in red-hot Yuma, Arizona. Again, 20 teams will compete between those 16 district spots that have been secured and the 4 at-large bids that are still waiting to find out. And lots of surprises in the district tournament this year and a lot of nail-biting going on the bubble. So here's the bracket. It's a double elimination bracket, and the 13 to 20 seeds will have to play into the second round. The 1 through 4 will await those winners, and everyone else battles away Monday to Wednesday. The first 2 days of the tournament will be on the NJCAA Network. And then on May 21st, we switch over to ESPN Plus for the remainder of the tournament. All right, now that you got all that info, let's go ahead and dive in, starting with our opening matchup, the 16 and 17 teams. The 16 seed is McCook. The Lady Indians punched their school's first ever ticket into the D1 World Series with a massive 5th inning and a run rule victory over Western Nebraska. McCook sports the 4th most stolen bases across D1 NJCAA softball with 210 in 57 games this year. Two-way player Paige Warren has led this team all year with a 9-1 record in the circle and a .434 batting average with 55 runs batted in at the plate. They'll get the 17 seed, Crowder. 5th straight 40-plus win season for the Rough Riders and their most wins since the 53-win season they had in the district title back in 2022. Crowder took 21 of their last 22 games, the outlier being a loss against Iowa Western in the Midwest District, but they rallied back, taking the next 2 games, closing it out with a phenomenal effort from Jessica Smith in the circle to lock up their spot. Winner of the 16 and 17 will get the number 1 overall seed in this tournament, Florida Southwestern. The Bucks of Florida Southwestern have punched their ticket for the 5th consecutive year and for the 8th time in the last 9 seasons. Pitching was incredible again this campaign, holding opponents to an NJCAA best 191 batting average against. I'm sure FSW is excited to return to Yuma after winning the championship each of the previous 2 times the tournament's been out there. And though they had their chance at 4 straight national titles, fall short in Oxford last year, this squad is more than capable of making another run. All right, let's move on to the 8 and the 9 seed. The 8 seed is Paris. The top home run hitting team in D1 has tallied 103 bombs this year and mounted a clutch comeback in the Region 14 title, trailing 3-1 to Trinity Valley. They scored 3 and walked it off to punch their ticket. Gabriela Sosa has 40 home runs on the year and will have the chance to add a few more in Yuma. On to the 9 seed. It is Butler. The Grizzlies took 20 of their last 21 games, and most of which in dominating fashion. After a 4-2 loss to Garden City on day 1 of the Plains District Tournament, Butler left no doubt the rest of the way. They got revenge in an 18-6 slugfest, and then they beat Barton twice, including a 6-5 win where they left the tying run stranded in the 7th to punch their ticket. Let's move on to the 5 and 12 matchup. The 5 seed is Chattanooga State. The most appearances in the history of NJCAA D1 softball, the Tigers are back for trip number 23 and for back-to-back seasons. This is a squad led by their pitching, 19 shutouts this year, and the 3rd best ERA in the NJCAA with a 1.58 mark. The 2 Olivias, Laney and Steinnorth, have combined for an absurd 324 strikeouts in 42 appearances, and with the pitching depth that they've got, look out for Chattanooga. They'll get the 12th seed in the opening round, Chipola. The 3-time national champs have had to navigate the gauntlet of good softball in Florida to punch their ticket. 5 of the last 6 Lady Indian games have been against ranked teams, and Chipola rallied for a 1-run win in Game 1 of the FCSAA tournament, rallied for an extra inning walk-off win in Game 2, and used a big 2-out rally in the 3rd inning of the District B title to earn their berth. Head coach Kelly Brookins is through to the Nationals for the first time after going 6 consecutive times as an assistant. We move to the 13 matchup. The 13 seed is Southern Idaho. The Golden Eagles of the College of Southern Idaho started the season playing in some of the toughest junior college tournaments in the country, leading to a 5-10 record out of the gate. But since then, CSI is 35-4, winning its last 15 games straight and cruising their way through Region 18. 5 different players have 10 or more homers for Southern Idaho this year, and the Bats will try and stay hot in Yuma. The 20 seed is Navarro. What a fantastic story as the Bulldogs earned the auto bid and made it to nationals for the first time in a decade. Talk about getting hot at the right time. Navarro shocked top-seeded Blinn in the first round of the Region 14 tournament. And after dropping to the losers bracket on Sunday, they won 3 straight against Alvin, Galveston, and the other top seed, Trinity Valley, to take the final spot from the region and keep their season alive. How about that for the Cinderella team, the 20 seed Navarro? The 4 seed is Grayson. 51 wins this year is the most in recent memory for the Vikings, who came from behind to beat a highly ranked Odessa team in the semis, and in a decisive second game of the championship, took down the Wranglers again behind the bat of Akela King's 2 doubles and a home run. Let's move on. The 14 seed will play the 19 seed. The 14 seed is Southern Union State. It's only the second time in program history and the first in 11 years for the Lady Bison. Two-way pitcher and shortstop Morgan Martin has a .439 batting average, 19 home runs, and a sub-2 ERA in the circle. She helped SUSCC navigate the South District with wins over Calhoun, Northwest Shoals, and Coastal Alabama South, while the Bison only allowed 3 runs against combined in that period. Look at the 19 seed, Arizona Western. For the first time in 6 years, the Matadors are headed back to the NJCAA D1 World Series. What a run it was down the stretch, taking down Yavapai and College of Southern Nevada, 2 teams they had lost to in the regular season. Look out for Chrysalyn Corral, who had 6.1 innings of work and a pair of hits in the clinching game over CSN. Winner of that one gets the 3 seed and an at-large bid, the Northwest Florida State Raiders. The Raiders return for the 3rd straight year. NWF rattled off 38 consecutive wins to close the regular season, but after an opening round loss in the FCSAA tournament, Northwest Florida won 2, but fell against Santa Fe to end their chance at an auto bid. But the season's not done yet. This is one of the best pitching programs in the country. The 1.30 team ERA and 21 shutouts are each second in the NJCAA. Let's move along. The 6th seed is another at-large bid, Odessa. Make it 5 years in a row for the Wranglers, who do enough to sneak in after a couple of losses to Grayson in the district championship. Odessa won 29 in a row to close the regular season, and they're getting on base at an absurd .429 clip as a team. Congratulations to Odessa, who gets in at the 6th seed. The at-large bids keep on coming. 11 seed and 3rd at-large bid in this tournament, Wallace State Hanceville. The number 1 seed in the Alabama CC Conference Tournament, the Lions ended the year on a 2-4 skid, only scoring more than 3 runs once in that span. Prior to that, they had won 14 in a row, and if this team can find that groove again, they could rake 163 extra bases this year and the 7th most triples in D1. So a matchup of a pair of at-large bids there as we move now to the 7th seed. The 7th seed is Gaston. Look out for the Rhinos, whose talented bats bring them to Yuma and to the D1 Softball World Series for the 2nd time in the 3rd full season of the program. Mike Steuerwald has produced a team with a lot of pop, first in the country in RBIs, extra bases, batting average and runs, and outscoring opponents 745 to 137 on the year. All right, time to look at our last at-large bid. Last surprise team getting into this tournament is the 10 seed, Trinity Valley. The Cardinals have hit 50 wins in a year for the first time in program history, and now for the first time since the 2020-2021 tournament, TVCC will return as an at-large bid. Trinity Valley lost 7 of their last 12 games. They are another team with crazy numbers this year. 152 doubles is second most in the NJCAA, and it's the first World Series bid for head coach Maria Wynn Ratliff since joining the Cards in the fall of 2021. Moving on to the 15 seed. This team is an automatic bid, Lakeland. The Lakers returned to the D1 World Series for back-to-back years. What a roller coaster of a journey it was for Lakeland to get here, losing 4 of their last 5 in the regular season, but catching their stride in the region tournament, taking a thrilling 1-0 shutout win in the region semifinal against John A. Logan, thanks to a masterful performance by Emma Thomas, and a 6-2 win later on Sunday would punch their ticket. Battle-tested and ready to go, the Lakers are the 15. The 18 seed is Rose State. The Raiders are dancing. A magical Region 2 tournament run for Rose State, including a 7th-inning 3-run deficit, overcame for a walk-off in Game 1, a shutout in Game 2, and back-to-back tight wins against the top-seeded Seminole State. Congrats to head coach Nikki Madden and this whole Rose State team. Moving along, winner of that one gets the 2 seed, McLennan. Last year's national runner-up was 1 win away from a national title, but dropped both of the championship games to Indian River State. This year, McLennan is out for redemption, 52 wins and a dominant showing to claim the Southwest District B Championship. One of the top batting programs in the nation this year, the Highlanders hit over 400 as a team and had an NJCAA leading 42 triples on the year. So congratulations to those teams. Let's zoom out and take a look. Again, in the top left corner, it's the 16 seed McCook taking on Crowder College. Winner of that one gets the top-seeded Florida Southwestern State. Then the 8 and 9, Paris Junior College and Butler CC. Beneath them, the 5 and 12 of Chattanooga State and Chipola College. The 13 and 20 is College of Southern Idaho and Navarro. Winner gets the 4-seeded Grayson. Opposite side of the bracket, Southern Union State and Arizona Western, with the winner to get the 3-seed Northwest Florida State and at-large bid. 2 at-large teams in the 6 and 11 spots, Odessa and Wallace State. 7 and 10, Gaston College and the final at-large Trinity Valley, and then Lakeland College, the 15, and Rose State College, the 18, winner to get McLennan, the 2 seed. So those are the games. Again, a reminder, first couple days on the NJCAA Network. After that, all the games on ESPN Plus, trying to get some primetime exposure for some of these great junior college teams in the NJCAA. Once again, congratulations to the 16 district champs, the 4 at-large bids, and we can't wait to see you in Yuma, Arizona, starting next Monday on the NJCAA Network.